online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
With terroristic threats made against the Mall of America in the Twin Cities, West Acres officials in South Fargo reached out asking if they too are a target. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Chris Heaton with the West Acres Mall says he called the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security as soon as he heard of the warnings.
Now, while both agencies report no credible threat to West Acres, the broader issue is terrorism. A report leaked from the Department of Homeland Security says homegrown terrorism is far more of an issue than anything foreign. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric talked with one local terrorism expert who says that's not quite true.
NDSU professor Dr. Jeff Baumgartner says the biggest threat is not so much from a terrorist organization as it is from the lone wolf type. Think Ted Kaczynski. And the scholar disagrees with the findings.
The DHS report characterizes this threat as far more dangerous than the threat from Islamic terrorism. And I would, in this day, in this climate, I mean, that just doesn't pass the common sense test.
He says foreign terrorism is real and it needs high priority.
There's dozens and dozens of cases currently open by the Justice Department dealing with people who have lent material support to ISIS, who have traveled abroad or attempted to travel abroad to fight with ISIS and to train with ISIS. And that's just one Islamic terrorist group.
He defines terrorism as violent action taken against innocent people or the government to further a political or ideological cause.
So then if you then take that sort of very loose definition and bring it to the domestic level, it would be those kinds of acts of violence, but that originate in our own country.
West Acres Mall officials say the close proximity to Minneapolis-St. Paul is what had them originally concerned, but they aren't doing anything differently in the wake of these threats made against the Mall of America. West Acres managers say, however, this is a great opportunity to continue to review their safety and security procedures. Reporting live at West Acres Mall, Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Bradford, thank you. Now, we called the FBI today to find out what they had to say. They want people to continue to go about their daily activities, but keep an eye out. If you see something out of place or not quite right, call police right away.
Just after the release of the Somali militant group's video calling for attacks on the Mall of America, security officials are now conducting lockdown drills there. After the deadly 2013 attack on the Westgate Mall in Kenya by members of the Al-Shabaab, Mall of America officials said lockdown drills are done on a monthly basis and are scheduled in advance. The videotaped threat by a purported member of the terrorist group mentioned the possibility of an attack at the Mall of America or major malls in Edmonton or London. A security officer at the MOA today said that the drills were scheduled a long time ago and are no big deal, calling the practice drills business as usual. Now, each drill was said to last 5 minutes and involved a number of officers and law enforcement dogs. We have